of travel nurse videos on my channel, but I realized the one that I'm lacking is how to prepare for your actual travel assignment. And so today I'm going to be taking you guys with me every single step of the way, from the initial paperwork to the actual groundwork that you have to go get done in your city to actually preparing to move to your new city. So we're going to get all of that done. We're going to touch on all of those things in this video, so stay tuned if you're interested in the very intricate details of how you prepare for your first assignment. So the very first thing that I'm going to walk you all through is going to be completely online. That's the first portion. You're going to be talking with your recruiter, whether it's via text, via email, via the phone, and you're going to be going back and forth trying to find that perfect contract. And I talk about in other videos how to narrow it down, how to find out if this is the best contract for you, how to negotiate, and how to see whether or not this is a good pay rate. So I've already gone through that. I've been going back and forth with several different recruiters trying to find the perfect contract for me, and I finally found one. I've already signed, but I am going to let you all look over a few things with me in my iPad. I'm letting you guys in for real, for real. So this is who I'm taking my current contract with. I work with so many different agencies and I recommend so many different ones. So this is just the one that was offering me the best deal at the moment. So this is my email with my contract agreement. So inside of this agreement, it just tells you your hourly rate, your callback rate, your overtime rate. If you have any requested time off, you're going to tell all of that to your recruiter before they even submit you for the contract. So for me, I have a few vacations planned and I was like, I need this day, this day, this day, this day off. And so all of that is listed in your contract. If it's not listed in there, then they may not honor it and you may not get that time off. So you want to make sure that's in your contract. What's also in here, of course, is your housing stipends, your meal stipends, and then your contract details, like how many times can the hospital call you off, how many times can they cancel you, things like that. All of the intricate details are in this agreement. Now, what I've also been emailed is several other things as well. There are just tons and tons of emails, y'all. It's crazy, especially when you work with several different agencies. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so there's emails from my account specialist. So you're going to be working with a recruiter to get your contract, sign your contract, have all of your contract details handled. Then they're going to pair you with a specialist at the agency, whatever agency you're with, unless it's like a super small agency. I don't know, because I've worked with agencies that are small before and I've always been paired with a specialist. So the placement specialist pretty much organizes everything outside of your contract. They're going to organize everything that you need to do to prepare to get you to the hospital. So they've been emailing me things like if there are any tests that I need to take before I get to the assignment. So for instance, this assignment is at a hospital that requires you to take a dysrhythmia test. So I was looking at heart strips. I had to take 2 dysrhythmia tests actually. I took those the other day. But yeah, so I had to look at these strips. I had to identify them. I had to submit the test results, and you have to score above. For this assignment, I think it's like 82%. Once you're done, everything is sent over to the specialist and you are ready to go. Another thing that sometimes happens is hospitals will require you to take modules before you get there. And so that's something that will be sent to you also by your account specialist. So that specialist will send you over any tests or any modules that need to be completed before your start date. I absolutely hate when hospitals do that though, because it's like you're at home and you really don't have anything to do because you're not working at the time. But I would much rather be paid for it. So like, just let me do the modules when I get to training. So that's just how I feel about that. But some hospitals will send you like 30 or so modules. I can't remember where I worked that did that, but oh my gosh, I was like, you really want me to take all of these before I get there? That's crazy to me. When you have like a 3-day orientation. So I don't know. But yeah, so they didn't do that. It was just like the dysrhythmia test. I had to send them over. Sorry, I'm looking at exactly what I sent them so that I don't miss anything. Of course, references. So when you work with different agencies too, like for me, like one agency will have up-to-date references and another one may not, because I may not have worked with them for like a year or so, which is the case here. So I sent them references. I sent them my physical, I sent them my flu vaccine, I sent them my vaccination records. There are some more things that I actually have to do in clinic still, but you all will see that later in this video because I'm going to take you guys with me. And I think that's it. All of my other paperwork they already had. So like when you apply to an agency, of course, you're going to do your skills checklist. You're going to send them your certifications, ACLS, BLS, NIH for me. I'm a neuro nurse. CCRN. Those are the ones that I'm really familiar with because I'm a critical care nurse, but I'm sure there are other ones for other specialties. But you would send in all of your certifications because sometimes, you know, hospitals care about those things and it can make you stand out whenever you're applying for a job. And so you submit all of that to them. They set you up with an interview. I had my interview over the phone, and then they sent me all of this paperwork to complete. Another thing that I want to touch on is exactly why I accepted this assignment with this company, because sometimes this company has offered me lower rates and I have been like, nope, that's why I ain't worked with them in like a year. Now, so the thing is that sometimes travel agencies have direct contracts with hospitals. So there are some agencies that are like third line agencies. They may not have a direct contract with a hospital, but they can get you in because they can apply through the agency that has the direct contract with the hospital, if that makes sense. So the agency with the direct contract is like the middleman. So the middleman is going to be paid, and then your agency is going to be paid, and then it trickles down to you being paid. So you may possibly make less money that way because two people are being paid before you get your pay. Now, when you go to an agency that has a direct contract with a hospital, oftentimes they're offering the best rate and you're being paid through them. So only one person is being paid before you, and you're being offered a better rate. And that's what happened with this company. So this company works directly with my hospital. They have a contract with them, which means that all of the travel nurses that they use, everyone that's staffed there is being hired through this travel agency. That just means that they're offering the best rate out there. And so when I saw this rate for the area, for the time period that I'm gonna be there, I was like, wow, I'm absolutely taking it, especially with the market doing what it's doing right now. It's super unpredictable. So I thought it sounded great. It also sounds very lax, and the nurse manager was amazing, and it's in my specialty, and it's only 3 days a week, y'all. Oh my goodness, I have missed working 3 days a week. Yeah, I'm super excited to get going and to move, but we have a few more steps that we have to take first, so stay tuned for those. Hey y'all, so I'm on my way to have lab work done, and this is something that needs to be done pretty much before every single assignment, unless you extend. Once you're there, you're good, but every time you start a new assignment, you do have to go have lab work done. They want a urine tox screen, so drug testing. Some places actually test you for like nicotine, which is kind of crazy, but and I don't smoke, so I don't care, but I was like, oh, okay, guess that's the thing. And then also you have to have a TB test done within 30 days of the new start of every assignment. So I'm gonna have those two things done. You also have to have a physical within the last year. Because I travel all the time, I've had my physical done this year already, and you have to send in your immunization records, and not this most recent vaccine that's out, but your previous immunizations. You have to have all of those records to send into your agency, and it is perfectly fine if you do not have those. You just have to have proof that you've had them done already. So you would go to the lab testing place, and they would draw titers to test your blood to see that you've already gotten those vaccinations. And once they can prove that, they send that to your agency and you're good to go. Now, say you haven't had them done, then you need to get them whenever you go to the place. But likely as a nurse, you're already vaccinated. For me, I've traveled with plenty of different agencies, and I've been sent to 3 different places, if I remember correctly: LabCorp, Quest Lab, and Concentra. Now, Concentra is an urgent care center, so it's super easy. You can go in and you can have everything done. They can do your physical there. They can give you vaccinations there. Like say you need your flu vaccine for the year or something like that. They can handle all of that there, and they can do your drug testing, opposed to like say you go to LabCorp and they, just test your urine. Concentra is where I will be heading today. I don't really know how they decide, but they always tell you to send in wherever you are. They tell you to send your zip code, and then they will send you to a clinic that's nearest you, which is perfect. Like I was just in North Carolina last week visiting friends, and I could have went ahead and got it handled last week there. Like if I would have just been like, hey, this is the zip code that I'm at right now, they would have sent me to a clinic that was nearest where my friends lived, but I was on vacation kind of, so I was like, I'm not about to spend time away from my friends, like sitting all day at a clinic. So I decided to wait till I came home. But you can be on assignment, like say you're on assignment now, or you're on vacation, or you're home, like wherever you are, just send them the zip code. They'll ask you. They're going to have a specialist reach out to you, and they will like have everything set up for you. It's super easy. They'll send it to you via emails. It's very easy. It's just tedious getting all the work done. So they'll tell you where to go. They'll give you paperwork to take in, and that's all you have to show the people. And they know what you're there for. Sometimes the paperwork is sent in to them as well. So you may not even have to have it pulled up, but I would have it on my phone on hand as well, because I've had two things happen where I've gone in and they've had it, where I've gone in and they've not had it. So if you have your proof, you're good to go. You just show them that paper that they send you, and then you just go in and wait, and you get tested, or you give a sample or whatever. And it's really, really easy, just depending on how many people are there that day. Concentra is a little different because it's an urgent care center, so people can go for anything. So you may be in there. I'd recommend going early or calling to see if you can set up an appointment, just to get you in and out just a little bit quicker if you are crunched for time. If you're not, likely you're not working right now, you're preparing for an assignment. So like me, I have nothing else to do, so I was good. I just wanted to go early in the morning and get it done with. So that's what I am on my way to do. All right. So we are here. I'm not gonna take you all in, especially like with drug testing and stuff, but I will be right back. So yeah, I'm just gonna run in. Hopefully there's not a long wait. Sometimes, like, especially when you go to Concentra, because it is an urgent care, there's like tons of people in the waiting room already. But I came pretty early, so hopefully I avoid the crowds, and I will update you guys whenever I get back. All right, guys, I'm back. So finished everything, got blood drawn. The lady was like, have you drank water today? Because my veins are super small. My arms are super small too. So I was like, oh girl, I'm sorry, I haven't drank a lot of water today. Because I mean, it's the first thing in the morning. I should have. But she got me first try. I wasn't in there. I was in there for like maybe an hour and a half, maybe an hour. But yeah, so I got my paperwork to just track everything that's sent to the agency. But everything is sent directly to them. Like your results, everything is sent to them. So you don't have to handle it at all. This is just kind of like a receipt that they give you. And yeah, so that is that. That portion is officially over with. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. Thank goodness. And I can move on to the next thing to get ready for this move. So the next thing that I did was finalize housing. Now, typically, I will be looking for housing at the very beginning of the process. So whenever, you know, a recruiter is sending me a place, at the same time, I'm like, what type of housing is available in the city? Because I know I want to find my own housing. I discussed that, like I said, in other videos, tons and tons of travel videos on my channel. But it's more advantageous to find your own housing and to be able to keep the rest of your stipend. So I always find my own housing. But like I said, for this one, I didn't do that. I didn't find it in the beginning, partly because I had such a short amount of time. I went ahead and just accepted the contract. And then partly because it's Atlanta. It's a huge city. I knew that there were going to be ample housing choices available. So I started looking. I looked on Airbnb like I always do. I also looked on Furnish Finders. Furnish Finders, for me, it's often a lot cheaper because Airbnb charges you all those extra fees. You know, you have the cleaning fee, you have the service fee. There's all these like random fees that are thrown in on top of the price of the housing. But when I was looking, what I found to be available by the time that I need to start, it was around the exact same range. So after Airbnb had added in all the fees, it was the exact same range as what was being listed on Furnish Finders. And because Airbnb is being paid through the site, like I can go in and it's automatically taken out of my bank account monthly, and I'm not actually having to pay a person. It just provides you with a little bit more security. There's customer service. Everything is handled through the site, whereas Furnish Finders just connects you with the person who's listing the address. Other than that, you handle everything else on your own. And so I was already a little iffy about that, even though I do have friends that have used Furnish Finders and have loved it. I just like Airbnb because everything, like I said, is handled through the site, and there's also reviews on the site. So I found an amazing, amazing, amazing place on Airbnb, and I went ahead and booked it. So I am good to go. Now, the very last final thing that I do is, now that I know where I'm living, I know where I'm working, I have everything lined up and ready to go, I need to pack. And I've already pulled like some different outfits and everything. They've just been like hanging on my bed. But what I do is I will pull up the weather in the city. So there are places that I've been that like I've never visited before, you know, different just regions of the country that I've never gone to before, and you never know the weather. Like in the Bay, it's pretty warm in the fall opposed to in the summer. And so I learned that when I went to the Bay Area, but I knew before I got there, because you should always look the weather up. So what I do is, let's type in, and I just do this on Google, Atlanta monthly weather, and it just gives you the average monthly. And I look at the 3 months that I'm going to be there. So I'm going to be there April, May, June, a little bit of July. And the months typically pop up in order, the ones that are like coming up. And so you see April, May, June, and you see the weather there. So the average for April is 73, the average for May is 80, the average for June is 87, and the average for July is 89. So pretty much it's gonna be scorching hot. But that just means to pull summer clothes. So for me, I consider I'm gonna be there for 3 months. I like to create content. I also like to go places and do things. So I might try out restaurants on my own. I also have family and friends in the area that I could do things with possibly. And I think about, what would I be doing in the city? I'm probably not gonna go out because I'm not about that life anymore. But you know, brunch, church, going out to eat, those will probably be like the top 3 things that I do. And then maybe something random, maybe a date or so, because I am very single going to Atlanta for the summertime. So I just got different outfits that will fit those different occasions. And then also I like to create content. And my Airbnb is so cute, so I'm sure I'm just gonna be taking like random cute photos around the area. But I just pulled different outfits that I can wear to the places that I'm sure I will be going, because you don't want to overpack and be taking absolutely everything, and then you also don't want to underpack and get there and be like, dang, I wish I would have brought this dress and now I don't have anything to wear for like this different occasion. So I pull all this stuff, and what I do is like, I will take something, I put all of my clothes in one suitcase, and this is how. Say like, fold this dress in half, fold it again, and roll it. And I literally stuff everything into the suitcase like that and just squish it together. So all of my clothes will fit. So I just take clothes, I pack scrubs, which this hospital, they're wearing navy, which is great because I have a ton of navy scrubs. Like I keep all of my scrubs in this tub. So I have different colors. I have different embroidery. Like some hospitals, I have like the hospital name embroidered onto my scrubs. Like I have black. I have navy, which I will be taking. I don't even know where these surgical scrubs are from or why I have them. Galaxy blue. But yeah, so I'm going to take all of my navy scrubs with me. And of course, I take hygiene products, hair products, beauty products, need my makeup. You never know like where you're going to go, when you're going to be going somewhere. And shoes. So shoes to go with every single outfit. Of course, your nursing shoes, your workout shoes, your sandals, your heels if you want to be cute, jackets, umbrellas, maybe like 1 or 2 jackets. Like you don't need to overpack like that. Like there may be like a rainy, cool day, but we saw the weather, and so we don't need to like overpack. You don't need sweaters or anything like that. So just make sure that you're being like smart and efficient. So I pack everything up, and you guys, that's literally the last thing that I do. I pack up all of my cookware, all of my Tupperware, because I love, love, love to cook. I also like keep spices that I take with me. And so I will like repack those spices, load up my car, and I will be ready to move. So that's pretty much it. That's all that I do to prepare for assignments. So I hope this helps you guys, having this information to be able to prepare, and I hope that it makes it so much easier for you to take your assignment and walk in, and that it will be a smooth, easy process. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to tune in next time. If you hit the subscribe button below, you will not miss my next video. So make sure that you all do that before you go. Every place that you can follow me will be linked below in my description box. Thank you guys.